I'm sweating in places I didn't know you could sweat. All right, we are back at the Georgia World Congress Center in my least favorite hall, Hall C. It is kind of interesting being back in this hall because we just saw Superman and they filmed an entire fight scene here. So it's definitely very empty. It's a very empty hall. I can see why they chose this, but let's go. Alright, we just got to the dealer's hall. As you can see, like going into the convention, there's really not like a lot of decorations. It just kind of feels very We're not really passionate about this con. It's just kind of something that we do on a whim. But we're also not very heavily into like Western media, like comics and stuff. So we're gonna have a good time. My spouse is competing in the cosplay contest, and that's primarily why we're here. So we're gonna see if we can find some goodies and stay busy until the cosplay contest. They finally got their free run figure they were looking for. How are you liking Comic-Con?
About the same that I like it every year.
It's a good time. Good time. They have a booth that has like a bunch of snakes and reptiles and stuff, and I don't really know a lot about reptiles, but like, I don't know, it always kind of bothers me to see conventions like this bring those types of animals here, just because it seems like the crowds kind of overstimulate them, and also like I don't know how the AC affects them. I know they have their little like heat lamps or whatever, but I don't know. It just kind of like makes me apprehensive, if that makes sense. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. It's such a different vibe from MomoCon. Like, it's so empty in here. I was gonna get some cosplay videos and stuff for kind of B-roll stuff, but there's not really any cosplays to do here, unfortunately. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's a little past 3, and the cosplay contest is not until like 7. So we have a ton of time to kill, and I don't know. We're kind of bored, to be honest. So finding what to do is going to be tough.
What do you want me to say? You always spring this on me. I'm very much not ready. Why?
Alright, we are sitting down. My spouse is about to get prejudged for the cosplay contest. We literally did not have enough time to get lunch because we got all the way to the food court. It was way too late. We had to come back immediately. That is the one thing that I really hate about the Georgia World Congress Center, is just how big it is, because it takes so much time just in walking alone. But now we're just waiting for her to be called so she can get checked out. Woo, wish her luck.
Soulless from Fire Emblem.
Hey, I'm Matt, aka Captain Crackjaw. I just wanted to do an official introduction to my channel and talk about what kind of stuff you'll see here. As you can see, we just left Atlanta Comic Con. As I mentioned before, my spouse and I are not really the target demographic for that, as we don't really consume a lot of comic book media. So I don't really feel like I can give it a fair review. I will say it wasn't for me. It definitely felt a lot more off this year than previous years. We don't really go to that one a lot. It's not really a hyper focus for us like anime conventions are. So if that is something that you're into and you're really big into comic books, definitely check it out. Let me know what you think. If you did go, I hope it was great. I hope it met your expectations. It's just, we're just not the target demographic, and my spouse just wanted to compete in the cosplay contest. So anyway, back to the channel. What you're going to see here is a lot of anime, manga content, as well as conventions, as they're the focal point of all this. When I started going to conventions in 2011, it was MomoCon. I was super excited. I asked my friend Brandon, hey, like, what is it like? And he told me it was like going home. And that's exactly what I felt when I went, being there with all my best friends from high school. And I feel like I have been chasing that feeling ever since. You know, you grow up, your high school friends split, everyone's growing up, they're moving on with their life, but, you know, you're going to see more of me, you're going to see more of different types of friends here. I'm also going to be talking about books, as that's something that I've recently picked up and have kind of been hyper-focusing on. I'm very ADHD, and my hobbies are as well. I know a lot of people like to have specific things for their content. Not me. I am super ADHD, and I kind of dabble in anything and everything, and I think that's, you know, how I can remain the most authentic to this channel and what people will appreciate. I know that there are people like me out there, and I'm really hoping to connect with them. You know, I think it can be disheartening if you're like, for me, if I'm with a bunch of like my anime friends, I start talking about books, and they're like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's like a 1,000-page book, dude. I'm not reading that. Or, you know, there's no pictures in that. But here I hope that, you know, I can kind of be inclusive to everyone and kind of, you know, connect with people on everything that I'm into. So that's what's to come. Our next convention is a smaller convention in North Carolina. It's called Queen City Anime. We're super hyped to check that out. Smaller conventions are really great for connecting with con goers and really just absorbing the community, and I think that's a really great thing. I think they often get overlooked with bigger party cons or what have you, but we're super excited for this one. You'll definitely see videos on that to come, and you know, I really just appreciate all the support. If you could like, subscribe, comment, all that, and you know, and most importantly, thank you for being here.